Hello everybody, MagiMotion here, and today we're going to be trying to use Windows Server 2003 in the year 2003. Okay, so this is quite a recent operating system that I installed not too long ago. Has quite a few interesting new features in it, as it is the first of the Windows Server operating systems that have its own kind of branded version of Windows, because before we had obviously Windows 2000, which came in two different editions, for servers and professional. I think there's some other editions as well, but the point is this is the first of the Windows Server branded um, operating systems. Okay, so what I'd like to show you is some of the features of this operating system, where you can actually manage your server. So I'm actually going to be managing the server and setting up a file share on this server, so that we can access and share our files. Because my friend Dylan has got a bunch of files that he wants to share with me over the network, so we can see if we can share those files. So I'm going to be adding a role on here. And see if we can set up a file share on this quite new operating system. So if we're going to click Next, wait for it to go through all this, and we're going to be doing a file share, so click Next on that. Yeah, we're going to have default quotas, so we want to limit the disk space to probably about 1 megabyte, because we don't really need it to be that large. I mean, what Dylan wants to share with me on this drive, it's actually quite small. So I think he's quite happy with 1 megabyte of space, so that'll do us. The warning level should be at 5 megabytes, just in case we go over the quota of 1 megabyte. We should warn ourselves once we get to 5 megabytes. It just kind of makes sense. Okay, so once we've done that, log an event when the user exceeds any of the following. Yeah, we want to log when we have a disk space limit, and we also want to log when we're at warning level. And we also want to deny disk space to users exceeding disk space limit. So what we do now is we click Next. The warning level you set, 5 megabytes exceeds the disk space. Do you want to change the warning level to 1 megabyte? Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, so now we've done that. The next thing we want to do is we actually want to turn on the indexing service. The reason why we want to do that is because Dylan has a lot of documents he wants to share with me, and we want to index those so we can search them. I think there's over 4,000 of them, I think. He's actually sitting next to me. He's playing on his Game Boy Advance right now. I think he's playing, was it Zelda, A Link to the Past and Four Swords? He only got it 4 days ago. He's been playing it ever since. I think he's quite happy. You can't really hear him at the moment because he's got the Game Boy Advance on mute, and he's very quiet fingers, so you can't hear him at all. Anyway, so let me just click Next onto that. So yes, we do want to go ahead with this, so click Next. Wait for it to set this up. Right, okay, welcome to the Share Folder Wizard. Right, so the next thing we want to do is click Next on this. The folder path that we would like it to be would be the C drive and the Share folder. So click on that and click Next. Okay, so we want to make sure we have the share name as Share, but the description, we really want to say what this is. So this is a share folder of which we will be using for sharing documents and files, especially Dylan's files, as he has a lot of files to share. There you go, that's the description. It's quite a long description, but we do basically want to say what it is. So the offline setting, let's change that. We want all files and programs that users open from the share to be automatically available offline, because just in case Dylan goes out of the room, we want to make sure we can still access those files if he's currently offline, or whether Dylan's asleep or something. We want to make sure we can access those files. Okay, so let's just click OK, and then we can click Next on that. Okay, all users must have read-only access. That is what we want it to be for this one, because Dylan must have read-only access as he writes all the files into the share folder. So then he doesn't accidentally press a few buttons on his keyboard and mess up all those documents. He's done it before. He's knocked keys on his keyboard, and he's knocked files and accidentally deleted files by mistake. I think it's because he's really good at Minesweeper, and he often presses a lot of keys really fast, that he often hits the delete key far too often. Anyway, we're trying to see a specialist about it. Anyway, we're just going to click Finish on that. Yeah, so when I click Close, run the wizard again to share another folder. That's fine, we didn't do that, so close that. Okay, why is it asking us to share another folder? Oh, we've already done that, we can cancel that. Okay, lovely. Right, so now we have shared this, so this server is now a file share, but that's good. We can click Finish on that. Okay, so now we have set up the server so Dylan can put in his files into the folder. Hopefully he'll do that. Obviously he's playing his game at the moment, so he'll do that once he's finished playing. Anyway, what we're doing now is we move on. The next thing I'd like to show you is some of the advancements in AI technology. Quite an interesting text-to-voice sort of thing. If I just go to, I think, speech. Yeah, here we go. So this is what is known as Microsoft SAM. And this is a text-to-speech. It came out a few years ago, so it's not that modern. I mean, it's not that, not that recent. But it is quite interesting, and I thought I might share it with you. So yeah, this is Microsoft SAM. So what I can do is I can get this to preview the voice. So if I click Preview Voice,
you have selected Microsoft SAM as the computer's default voice.
So as you can tell, this is a text-to-speech, which you can definitely tell that this is going to have a massive advancement in the text-to-speech community, and basically in AI technology in general. This is going to definitely kick off. You can tell that everybody is going to be using technology like this, especially in the community where you have certain robots want to talk to you, and they're going to be speaking in Microsoft SAM's voice. So when we have technology like that, when we have robots and they're helping around the house, Microsoft SAM is the voice that a lot of the companies these days have thought about, really. So yeah, if we just simply change that box to be something interesting, so we can say, I am a text-to-voice called Microsoft SAM. How may I help you? So if I just put that in there and click on Preview Voice.
I am a text-to-voice called Microsoft SAM. How may I help you?
So you can definitely tell that, say if you have, say, a robot called Sam, that this is going to be really beneficial, because they can definitely help you around the house, and this is the sort of voice that they are going to have. So perhaps if I put in, like, I am a robot called Sam, and then just type that in.
I am a robot called Sam. How may I help you?
Yes. You see, this is definitely the sort of voice I'd imagine. If you find that that voice is a bit too slow, we can speed it up, so we can change this little thing here. So put it all the way up to fast. So click on Preview Voice.
I'm a robot called Sam. How may I help you?
So people who are specifically quite fast or have had a lot of coffee, then this is the sort of voice that they would prefer. Those who would prefer a slower voice would probably like this kind of speed.
I am a robot called Sam. How may I help you.
Especially if they're very, very far away and you're trying to talk to them from quite a distance. It's best so you have the voice that carries a little bit more, so you have it a bit slower so that they can hear from quite a distance. Anyway, that was Microsoft Sam, so I thought I would show you that. The next thing I would like to show you is basically to try and make a picture in Paint because well, I just felt like it'd be a good idea to start drawing something in Paint. So, if I just drag this out slightly, make this nice and wide, then what we can probably do is we can start drawing something. So, the sort of thing I was basically planning for this would be to perhaps draw like a seaside. Perhaps we could have like a beach area. So if we sort of start drawing like this here, for example. So this is say the seaside. We can have it going up like that. Okay. So we have a bunch of people. Okay, and they are all sitting on different benches by the ocean. So we'll have like that, for example. I'll make that a bit longer. So you have people who are just laying down on benches. He's kind of hovering above the bench because some people are very good at that, especially the ones who have had a lot of coffee. So yeah, so he's just hovering, he's lying down and hovering at the same time on a sort of beach kind of sort of seating area. I'm just going to try and make his eyes a little bit larger. So yeah, so that's one there. We're going to have someone over here. We're going to have someone who's actually sort of playing beach ball or something. So he's got a beach ball here. So this is a beach ball, as you can tell. So he's holding that. And then we're going to have someone over here who is going to be catching the beach ball as they are playing together. We have like a net here, so that is the net. Make it quite large so then people can see that it is a net from a distance. We're going to have some other sort of benches over here. So maybe have some empty benches just for people who haven't actually arrived yet at the ocean, at the beach. So it's a bit of a strange shape of bench, but it's all the same design because they all ordered the benches from the same company. So we're just going to have all of these down here in the it's a bit sort of a larger sort of set of legs there. But anyways, we have some people doing some running on the beach. That would be a good idea, I think. So they are going to be running. They have their hands out, and he is running, trying to chase someone. Let's see if they're perhaps playing tag or something on this beach. So here we go. He is chasing this person here, and then have someone over here as well. So this person is just really happy, and he's just looking out towards the ocean. Okay, so this is the ocean. What we can do is make this look more like an ocean by actually putting some waves on there. So these are the waves of the ocean, like that. We have quite a few waves. There we go. What we also do is put some boats in the ocean as well. So if we have a sort of a boat here, I have no idea how to draw a boat. We'll try and do something. This looks more like a house in the ocean, but it's fine. It's just a very strange shaped boat. It also looks like it's upside down, but it's fine. Have something over here. Oh, I know. Let's do like this. There you go. That is a bowl in the ocean, but it's also a boat at the same time, so have someone in it. Okay, so this might be the captain. I don't know. Let's put like a hat on his head. There you go. Okay, so he is in the boat. Let's have a steering wheel for the actual boat as well. So that is a steering wheel that they can use to steer. I have someone over here who's actually steering, because the captain's not actually steering, it's him over there who is steering with the steering wheel thing. What we can also do is put some interesting things in the ocean. Some people who are actually swimming in the ocean as well. So we're just going to do a couple of heads everywhere, like that, because you don't really want to show their whole body because they're in the ocean. So we're just going to do a bunch of these, okay? And they're just going to be swimming around in the ocean, enjoying themselves by the seaside. Um, okay, there we go. I might just have like uh, part of their body there, but not like their entire body because you know they're floating in the ocean, so you don't really want to be doing too much with that. So yeah, so there you go. Have some of those. Um, so now we've got like a bunch of boys who are just floating in the ocean. Now we can also do is also put a bunch of boys in the ocean as well. So this is one of those boys that are floating in the ocean. Um, and then have another one here. So these are the sort of things that ensure that you don't go too far out in the ocean. So they're floating around everywhere. And then what we can also do is have someone who are surfing. So we can have some surfers in here. So we can have this bloke here, and he is on a surfboard. So look at that lovely surfboard. It looks more like a banana, but that's fine. So he is surfing on the surfboard. And the other thing we can also do is perhaps do some birds as well. So we have like a bird here that obviously looks like a bird, and another one here as well. And they're just flying in the sky. They're probably seagulls or something. And then just one more there. Okay, there you go. So that I would say is quite a successful sort of painting of an ocean, a sort of beach area. So what we're going to do now is we're going to colour it in. So everybody knows that the ocean should be blue, so we do blue for that. We'll also do a sort of sandy colour for the beach. We do that. And then the next thing we've got to do is start obviously colouring in the rest of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a brown boat over there, so that's brown. And then this is also brown. And then those boys would do them green. Okay, they're green boys. That boat that surfboard he's surfing on needs to be yellow. He's got a pink top on, so we'll do pink. And then we're going to do all the colouring, all the faces. So we're going to colour those in of all the people that are actually in the ocean. Some people chose to be blue instead of yellow. That's just up to them if they wanted to be like that. We also need to colour in all these people as well. They're wearing a lot of yellow tops on. To do that. The actual net that they are throwing the beach ball over needs to be purple. And then that guy there who is floating above the bench, he has a red top on, yellow face obviously. And then yeah, so what we need to do is colouring those people over there. He's got like sort of a blue hat on him at the moment. His face is also blue, and then he's also got sort of a navy kind of uniform on, so he's all completely blue right now. He must be a bit sad, but anyways, I'm guessing he's missing his wife or something because he's so far out in the ocean. But let's just simply just put in some other colours around here. So that's that over there. What we can also do is colour in some of these tops. So do like an orange top, why not? Have an orange top there. And then we need to do the beach ball as well. So we're going to do a pink beach ball. Okay, so try and colour all of that in like that. There we go. And he is holding that beach ball. You can see that the ink on, or like the coloring of that beach ball has kind of just blended in into his hand. But that's perfectly normal, especially if it's really hot and the beach ball is sort of just blending in a bit too much. Okay, so that's that. What we can also do, just to do his hands as well. Okay, that is quite a successful painting of a beach and a bunch of people in the ocean and boats and things. Yeah, I think we did quite well with that one. So what we do now is we'll save this as a document, so save as. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write beach by the ocean. Okay, lovely. And we'll save this into our pictures, of course, which doesn't exist, so we'll just save them in my documents instead. And it needs to be a 16 color bitmap, so we'll just save that there. Saving in this format will cause some loss of color information. That is fine, we can do that. Okay, so as you can tell, it's just made the beach sort of grey. So we've got a bunch of grey sands instead. I think it's because it's not actually a sandy beach, and it's quite sort of got a bit of sort of clay or gravel or something. Maybe it's not actually quite sandy, it's quite sort of pebbly and gravelly kind of beach instead. The ocean has also changed the colour slightly. It's a bit of a dark blue. It's probably because it's not actually during the daytime, and we're actually viewing this ocean probably around about at night time. So it's a little bit darker. The light level's gone down a bit. So yeah, we've just got a bunch of people who are surfing the ocean. That's quite a successful painting. Okay, so we'll close that out. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're actually going to touch that image up a little bit and just make it look a little bit better, because I think we need to add a few more effects to it. So I've actually got a piece of software here called Jasc PaintShop Pro, which came out a bit earlier this year, and this is version 8 of Jasc. So what we can do now is if we open up that image, which we saved in our documents, which is beachbytheocean.bmp, so let's open that. Okay, what we can do is we can add some effects on it. So we go to effects. The first thing what I'm going to do is put an artistic effect on there, and we want it to have some glowing edges. So put glowing edges on there. Yeah, that's fine, go for it. Okay, and click OK. Wonderful. So now it's completely dark. So yeah, basically it must be that it's so dark at night you can't hardly see anything, but that's fine. The next thing we want to do is we want to put a geometric effect on there. We want a horizontal cylinder, so stick that on. Yeah, okay, that's good. The next thing we'll put is another effect, illumination effect. Put sunburst on there. Okay, put that in. As you can tell, it is during the night, but we've also got the sun shining, so it makes absolutely no sense. But there we go. The next thing we're going to do is put another effect on there, reflection effect, kaleidoscope, put that on. Okay. Amazing. So, as you can tell, the sun has probably exploded the ocean, and everybody's going all over the place. The next thing we also do is put another effect on there, and it's going to be a texture effect. Put blinds on there, why not? Okay. There you go. I think that is probably a much better image. However, I will put one more effect on there just to make it incredible. We'll do lens distortion. So stick that on like that. And I think we'll probably put another effect on there for good measure as well. Maybe some charcoal. Stick that on. There you go. Right, so that is the image that we have just made. As you can tell, it is a bunch of people who are by the ocean, sitting down on a beach, and they are, having some fun in the ocean. Okay, so I think that's been quite a successful painting. So what I'll do now is we'll save that. So we'll go to save. Okay, there you go. Right, I think that is probably all we're going to be doing for today. And hopefully Dylan will get off his Game Boy Advance, and we'll go through and sort out that share drive and put some paintings onto that, so that will be really good as well. Alright, so close that out. Okay, well I think that's probably everything I'm going to be doing for today, so yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Probably in about 20 years' time. Thank you. Bye.